Hi, my name is Matthew Pejkovic from Matt's Movie Reviews, and these are my top 10 horror movies of 2023. Number 10, When Evil Lurks. Dripping with dread and chilling in its nihilistic infused horrors, When Evil Lurks stars Ezekiel Rodriguez and Demian Solomon as brothers who discover their nearest neighbor is harboring a demonically possessed person. When the brothers are tasked to move the possessed one away from the village, they unleash a chain reaction of violence and horror. Director Demian Rugna pulls no punches in his depiction of the demonic at their most savage, with murder at its most vile their method of carnage and the consumption of souls their endgame. The shocking and graphic body horror and the palpable dread is almost overbearing, Rugna never allowing the tension to cease. And number 9, Deliver Us. The indie religious horror Deliver Us tells the story of a Russian nun who claims immaculate conception when she gives birth to twin boys, one the Messiah and the other the Antichrist. Ordered to investigate by the Vatican is a priest with his own demons who uncovers a sinister conspiracy. Directed by Leroy Coons and Crew Ennis, there is a stern seriousness to the philosophical and theological supernatural world building of Deliver Us that increases the stakes of good versus evil to high levels of Catholic influenced religious horror that will make the Exorcist writer William Peter Blatty proud. Number 8, Infinity Pool. Director Brandon Cronenberg's latest movie, Infinity Pool, stars Alexander Skarsgård as a struggling writer who, while on vacation at a luxurious island resort, is guided by a mysterious woman played by Mia Goth into a nightmare-fueled playground of consequence-free hedonism. Clones, tripped-out orgies, and messed-up body horror hijinks follow. A surreal, disturbing, yet utterly captivating descent into a world of narcissism and madness, Infinity Pool also features terrific performances from Skarsgård and Goth, who go all out to achieve Cronenberg's uncompromising vision. Number 7, Psychosis. The brainchild of South Australian filmmaker Peary Martin, Psychosis stars Darren Amoroso as a criminal fixer burdened by auditory hallucinations, who agrees to take on a high-paying case that places him in the crosshairs of a drug kingpin and sadistic hypnotist who seems more monster than man. With Psychosis, Martin takes traditional neo-noir elements and contorts them to fit his unique vision of a gumshoe odyssey through the strange and surreal, where costume vigilantes and masked villains occupy a dark and paranoid world that is both horrific and darkly comedic. Number 6, Hell House LLC Origins, The Carmichael Manor. One of the best and terrifying recent examples of found footage horror filmmaking, Hell House LLC Origins, The Carmichael Manor focuses on a group of internet sleuths who investigate the grisly unsolved murder of an affluent family at an abandoned manor, only to find a different hell awaits them. Featuring the return of original Hell House LLC director Stephen Cognetti, The Carmichael Manor displays an excellent exercise in restraint in its dread-filled scares, while also featuring a clever use of world building in what is sure to be a long-continuing horror franchise. Number 5, Nefarious. A chilling and thought-provoking example of fine religious horror filmmaking, Nefarious stars an excellent Sean Patrick Flannery as a demonically possessed serial killer awaiting execution, who in his final hours tries to convince a non-believing psychiatrist, played by Jordan Belfi, into delivering his manifesto to the world. Written and directed by Corey Solomon and Chuck Konzelman, Nefarious provides a welcome alternative to the usual demonic possession movie tripe, resulting in a dialogue-driven, intelligently written, and foreboding Catholic-infused horror movie that takes the insidious and corrupting nature of evil very seriously. Number 4, Godzilla Minus One. Godzilla Minus One, the reboot of the iconic Godzilla franchise, proved to be the blockbuster surprise of the year. Set in the aftermath of the Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings, Godzilla Minus One follows a disgraced kamikaze pilot who tries to put back the pieces of his life together, only to find another war awaits him when a nuclear-infused rampaging mega monster sets its sights on Japan. Director Takashi Yamakaze delivers a monster movie that not only delivers a truly epic and scary spectacle, but also has an engrossing dramatic core that makes Godzilla Minus One that rare beast that delivers on the intimate and the epic. Number 3, Moon Garden. Those who believe that there is no more creativity in cinema must seek out Moon Garden. Directed by the multi-talented Ryan Stephen Harris, Moon Garden tells the story of a comatose 5-year-old girl who journeys through an industrial fantasy world to find her way back to consciousness. Stalking her every move is a dark spectre with chattering teeth who feeds on the tears of the young. Shot on a 35mm camera and created with handcrafted practical effects, Moon Garden is a visual marvel that has a pulsating heart at its core. It's a film where fantasy, reality, and memory converge to create a world of dreams and nightmares and emotions rich and vibrant. Number 2, Evil Dead Rise. A fantastically gory and frightening splatterfest, Evil Dead Rise continues the Evil Dead franchise's reputation as a blood-drenched and innovative horror spectacle. Directed by Lee Cronin, Evil Dead Rise is set in a soon-to-be torn-down Los Angeles apartment building, where a family reunion between a divorced single mother, played by Lisa Sutherland, and her estranged sister, played by Lily Sutherland, is interrupted by an evil, homicidal force that has its sights on devouring their souls. Cronin delivers a suitably gruesome horror experience that is as intense as it is entertaining, with Evil Dead Rise blending the franchise's infamous grindhouse madness with a modern-day horror polish. Number 1, Talk to Me. A frightening and innovative tale of grief, loneliness, and the dire consequences of messing with the dark arts. Talk to Me stars Sophie Wilde as a teenager grieving the loss of her mother. When she takes part in a unique seance ritual involving the amputated hand of a psychic encased in a clay cast, demonic spirits begin to exploit her fragile psyche, leading to unspeakable horrors. The feature film directorial debut of brothers Danny and Michael Philippou, who are also known by their YouTube channel Raka Raka, Talk to Me in its basic form is a demonic possession movie, yet the filmmaking skill and approach to storytelling brings a new lease of life to a worn-out subgenre of horror. Thank you for watching the Matt's Movie Reviews channel. Please subscribe for more reviews, podcast interviews, and exclusive content.